Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thomas Vance YouTube channel. Today is July 6th, which means later on tonight we have WWE Money in the Bank, which I will not be staying up for two reasons. One, it's stayed up late, it's in Toronto, that's American time zones. I ain't doing that, it's not that special. Plus I'm not paying WWE subscription currently because money these days, yeah? But we're going to give my prediction for each matchup, what I think the outcome should be and what I think WWE will do, and maybe I'll add some extra opinions on top of that. But the first match we have is the World Heavyweight Championship. El Campeon, Damian Priest, defends against Seth Rollins. Now, Damian Priest obviously cashed in after Drew McIntyre took the title off of Rollins at WrestleMania. Both men for a while would deny their singles matchups. Damian Priest's first defense was against Jey Uso. Made no sense. Well, pay-per-view defense anyway. Then he finally defended against Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre got screwed by CM Punk, and now it's Seth Rollins' turn to go against Damian Priest. But now we know Gunther, who won King of the Ring, will be going to SummerSlam to challenge the World Heavyweight Champion. Here, it would be a bit stupid to just hand the title back to Seth. So I'm thinking at SummerSlam they're wanting to give Gunther that World Heavyweight Championship because they want to keep Gunther's momentum rolling. They know Seth can be a star with or without a title. But what made Gunther so good these past couple of years, besides the banger matches, was his Intercontinental Championship reign. And that's now ended. So I think they're looking to give Gunther the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam. So in doing that, they'd rather him beat the reigning champ Damian Priest then beat a newly crowned champ in Seth Rollins. But also I think if Damian Priest can beat Seth Rollins, it brings a bit more legitimacy to Damian Priest's reign, because obviously you don't want Damian Priest to just be a transitional champion. He's walked around with Money in the Bank for for a long time. He's been doing well as a wrestler, especially in the Judgment Day, and he deserved to win the belt, and obviously winning it on a Money in the Bank cash-in's not the most prestigious way. So I think they'd like him to have some credibility as a champion, given that they're probably going to let him drop it at SummerSlam. So I think Damian Priest gets the win at Money in the Bank. I don't think Seth Rollins needs the belt. I think they're going to give Damian his last month as champ. Is the men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which consists of main event Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, LA Knight and Drew McIntyre. 6-man Money in the Bank ladder matches again. I miss 8-man matches, bring the 8-man matches back, but whatever. There's one man in this Money in the Bank ladder match that I could not see winning, and that's Andrade, but he's already WWE Speed Champion. But like Jey Uso, I could see winning, eating the bank. It's on the posters, it's definitely going to be, it's over, right? Carmelo Hayes, you're going to become a massive star in NXT. They need to keep his momentum going. I could definitely see him winning. He would be a classic Money in the Bank winner, you know, him in the bank. Chad Gable I could see winning, failed many times at the Intercontinental Championship when many said he should have won. And you see him teasing it on Raw saying print Master in the Bank for Master Gable. He could very well win it. And then LA Knight, massive star, mega star, not gained anything yet, bar main event matches. So I think he would be a great winner as well. Obviously Drew McIntyre. Now here is what I'm thinking. Right, I can't see Andrade winning that match. Chad Gable's got a bit of an angle going with the Wyatt family and the Creed brothers. He doesn't immediately need the Money in the Bank briefcase. Plus I think they'd rather have Chad Gable win a mid-card title before he wins a world title. But then again, that's not to say, you know, you can't cash the Money in the Bank in on a mid-card title, but only someone like Austin Theory would do that. Now LA Knight would be an amazing winner for the Money in the Bank briefcase. However, I think they have better plans for LA Knight. Likewise, LA Knight, the megastar, he's not had a title on the main roster yet. He's not even had a singles title yet. So I think, because he's still got that feud with Logan Paul going, I think LA Knight's not going to win this match, and in fact they're most definitely going to have LA Knight versus Logan Paul at SummerSlam. And I think Logan Paul, fair enough to him, he's been very good for an inexperienced wrestler, but he's been champion way too long. I don't think the belt should have gone on him in the first place. I mean, I was kind of glad that it did in the first place, but It shouldn't have been this long anyway. It should have been quite a short reign. But I think WWE does the classic move of letting a man lose in his hometown as SummerSlam goes to Cleveland and Logan Paul will drop the title to LA Knight, because it's about time you give LA Knight the United States Championship, god damn it. So I don't think LA Knight's going to win Money in the Bank. But that leaves it to two men. The man who's been on the post for Money in the Bank, the man who's got the most hype heading into this, Yeet in the Bank, Mr. Main Event Jey Uso, 1-0 in any singles ring. Plus, there's about to be a Bloodline feud probably some point, so we can imagine Jey Uso's going to be dragged back into his tag team ways. So maybe WWE will let him win something, but then we've also got Drew McIntyre. Now, there is the massive theory, shout out to Vibe on the Vibe podcast. I think it was Jaron who said something. He said he thinks Drew McIntyre is going to win the Money in the Bank briefcase because Drew McIntyre said he's going to win the Money in the Bank and cash in on the same night on the Damian Priest Seth Rollins match. Now, although that would make sense, right, he said CM Punk would then cost him this one as well. Now, that could very well be a possibility, because they're obviously going to have Drew McIntyre, CM Punk at SummerSlam. There's no way Drew McIntyre's leaving World Champion at Money in the Bank. Right, now that is one angle. But the way I see it, I think it would be a bit too much to have Drew McIntyre win the Money in the Bank briefcase, go to cash in, and then CM Punk screw the cash in. I think that would be way too much from WWE. They'd be milking it at that point. So I think instead of ruining the cash in and completely wasting a whole Money in the Bank contract, because they do that every year, they have someone cashing in on the same night, it's quite ridiculous. If we can have two Money in the Bank holders at once, who cares? I think instead of wasting the briefcase, instead of milking CM Punk costing McIntyre World Championship matches, I think they have the angle that McIntyre is about to win the match. He's this close, he's got his hand on the briefcase, then CM Punk gets involved, then CM Punk costs Drew McIntyre the Money in the Bank ladder match, and Jey Uso wins the match. I think Jey Uso will win the match. I think it's all a swerve. I think Drew McIntyre's going to get this close to winning it, and he's not. Because regardless, they're going to have the SummerSlam match. You don't need Drew McIntyre to win the Money in the Bank contract and fail the cash-in to build that up. Just let CM Punk cost them the ladder match. And I think Jey Uso wins the briefcase. I also suspect the Wyatts to get involved, which had Gable during the match. Just a little prediction. But yeah, I think Yeet in the Bank comes out on top. I hope I'm right. But then we also have the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Io Sky, the former Miss Money in the Bank, Chelsea Green, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi and Zoe Stark. Now the ones I think are definitely not winning it is Naomi and Zoe Stark. I think Naomi's a bit boring. I don't think she's going to win it. Zoe Stark's just not ready. Now, I could make an argument for all of them. Io Sky should win it. She won the belt. She held the belt for a while. Shit. But since then, she's done nothing, really. Had a lot of matches, been active on Raw, but I just think a star like her, they don't want her to die out, so there's a chance she could win it again. And we've never really had back-to-back winners 2 years in a row, I don't think. I think maybe CM Punk did back in the day, but don't quote me. But then I think Lyra Valkyria also could, because they've been building her and she's quite a new star, but again, she was the runner-up in the Queen of the Ring. Is she going to win Money in the Bank? I don't know. The heavy favourites are Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green, and most people are saying Tiffany Stratton. Although I would agree, I'm going to say Chelsea Green here, because he has my verdict. Piper Niven has had championship match with Bayley at Clash at the Castle. Chelsea Green played a role in that match, but the spotlight was on Piper Niven. Piper Niven just recently had a match with Bayley, literally last night on SmackDown. I think it's Chelsea Green's time to shine. She's going to be carrying around the Money in the Bank briefcase. And although Tiffany Stratton is incredible in the ring, as far as character, kayfabe and mic skills, Chelsea Green is above Tiffany Stratton. And I think Tiffany Stratton would be a lot more entertaining as Miss Money in the Bank, in my opinion. Plus, if you look at the most successful Women's Money in the Bank holder, in my opinion, Carmella, the first one, the longest reigning. When you think of Women's Money in the Bank, you think of Carmella. But I reckon Chelsea Green wins, and Chelsea Green's going to carry it and be quite a title holder. I think that's the angle I would go with. So yeah, like I said, I think Chelsea Green wins that match. Then we have a weird one. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline, the 6-man tag. Now obviously the rivalry's been going a long time. Undisputed champ Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton's returned, had problems with the Bloodline. The Bloodline put him out of action for over a year. And Kevin Owens won the longest feud as with the Bloodline. Now obviously you would assume it would be Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. That would make sense. But they've recently introduced Jacob Fatu into the situation. And now I'm thinking, obviously say it's a 6-man tag. But I see 4 Bloodline members. And I think Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are going to bring out a 4th member and they're going to say, let's turn this 6-man tag into an 8-man tag. Now I think one of 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to bring out Jimmy Uso or they're going to bring out Roman Reigns. Let me give my situations for both. I think Team Cody could bring out Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns needs to make that inevitable return, and possibly WWE could want Roman Reigns on SummerSlam. So it would be a good time to make him return here. Plus, this is also the pay-per-view John Cena returned. Big returns at Money in the Bank, it happens every year. Also, Solo Sikoa has now called himself the Tribal Chief and literally called out Roman Reigns on SmackDown, saying if Roman wants it, Roman's going to have to come take it. So that is an angle I think they could go with. But then at the same time, I think it would make more sense to bring Jimmy back first, because we want to put some attention on Jimmy as well. Not to mention Solo Sikoa literally turned on and attacked Jimmy, and Tama Tonga helped him with that. So I think Jimmy Uso is going to come back, and either at the end of the show or at SummerSlam, then Reigns will come back. But I think Jimmy Uso comes back to team with them, and then as a big page turner in the match, Roman Reigns returns to aid Team Cody and stop Solo's shenanigans, and we have Solo and Reigns at SummerSlam to become Tribal Chief. I think that's what's happening. So I think Team Cody, but Team Cody's going to have an added member, and it's going to be Jimmy. But if it's Reigns, please give me my credit. Please give me my credit. Then we have finally the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn defends the Intercontinental Championship against Bron Breakker. Now, although I believe Sami Zayn is incredible championship material, I believe as Intercontinental Champion he's been quite boring. He's not been given many matches and it's not been quite worth it. For someone who beat Gunther for the title, he's not done a lot with the title. And Bron Breakker's, they've done good with utilising Bron Breakker. He's clearly a very, very talented young superstar, and they definitely need to utilise him, and he's definitely a future world champion. So I think, a good way to start that, especially with him being young, he's much more of an exciting wrestler than Sami Zayn. So I think it would be very clever of WWE to put the title on Bron Breakker. I think, yes, Sami could retain to look like a dominant champion, to look like championship worthy, plus they might think Bron Breakker's new, we don't want all the new superstars win, but at the same time, I think it would be a wasted opportunity to not give Bron Breakker that title. So my prediction for that match is Bron Breakker takes the title. If Triple H knows his stuff, Bron Breakker should win that title, because there's so many good matches they could have. We could have Ricochet's final match, we could have Bron Breakker versus Ilya Dragunov. Like, there's so many incredible matches we could have if Bron Breakker is Intercontinental Champion. So I beg Triple H, please make that decision. But these are my predictions. I'll make a video tomorrow, hopefully reacting. Hopefully I'm right on everything, but I won't be right on everything because that's never how it works. Who knows, I might be wrong on everything. But that'll be it for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.